Centers for Disease Control confirms it is looking at establishing a dedicated hospital for Ebola in each state. Currently, only 4 hospitals in the entire country are equipped with biocontainment units. Betsy McCaughey has been warning that our hospitals are not ready for Ebola. What does she think of this plan? Betsy, welcome to the program. Hold on a second. What would it take to set up 50 hospitals?
I was just on a conference call with hospital administrators, doctors, and nurses from all over the country discussing that with people from the CDC and Emory University. And the fact is, as one of the commentators said, what you're telling us would bankrupt my hospital, he said, representing a Southern California hospital.
So there's no word on who would pay for this?
Well, no word on who would pay for it. Treating one Ebola patient requires full-time dedication of 20 medical staff, mostly ICU people. So that would wipe out an ICU in an average-sized hospital, more than wipe it out. You need space. Dallas, for example, Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital cordoned off their ICU and sent all their emergency patients with other conditions to other hospitals in the city. Not all communities have several hospitals from which to choose. So that's a problem. But the most important thing is the doctors and nurses are not ready for the challenge of using this personal protective equipment. Even if you see them with the helmet, the respirator, the full Tyvek suit, as the CDC said on the call today, even all that equipment is not enough to guarantee the safety of healthcare workers because it is so perilous to put it on and particularly to remove it once it's become contaminated.
Are you saying that it would be virtually impossible to set up 50 hospitals, make room in each one of them for an Ebola patient?
Or more. More than one. Even the Nebraska...
You can't do that within how many years?
Oh, it would take a very, very long time. So many people on the call were just daunted by the expectation. It's a separate laboratory next to the isolated patients. All kinds of adjustments. Where to put the waste. Many states won't even let you dispose of this waste from such a toxic disease.
What does it tell you about the future expected caseload when the CDC is calling for 50 Ebola hospitals?
It's very troubling. Tom Frieden said again and again in the last 3 months, we may have an isolated case or two, but Ebola will not spread widely. That is the weasel word he used again and again, widely. What does widely mean? Well, 50 states is pretty wide.
Any input on the person in Kansas who worked on a hospital ship off West Africa is said to have Ebola-like symptoms?
Very hard to say. We need a travel ban because this man knew what to do. He knew he might have been exposed and he was able to tell healthcare workers. But without a travel ban, travelers with undiagnosed cases of Ebola can appear in our emergency rooms and imperil all the healthcare workers, just like this nurse.
We're going to deal with this travel ban right now. Betsy, thank you very much indeed. Now,